tarnished, of no renown.
What is up? What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Ah, man. This boss. Wow. So, yeah. This is technically still a mage boss guide, but you are going to need a good right-handed armament. You're going to need a melee weapon that does, I would say, at least 500-600 damage, because you're going to have to get in and get some close strikes here to start this battle off. Before I forget, here we are all the way up top in the Mountains of the Giants. You got to go all the way up north past Castle Sol first and then come back down south to the foot of the Forge. Yeah, all the way up north. Basically the next big boss here on the way that I found, so let's do it. Here's the gear. I like the Gold Scare, but the important one is the Lance Talisman right there. Enhances your damage on horseback, and definitely get some fire boost in there if you can. You're going to want to bring a bow for sure. It's definitely going to come in handy towards the end of the fight, especially when you run out of options. But your main go-to, yeah, you're going to want to have at least 700 health. You're going to want to have at least a melee weapon to get through this first part of this fight. Your Spirit Ashes here, Latenna and Omen Killer, may or may not make too big of a difference. They're really just going to help steer this guy away from you. I tried both of them multiple times in multiple spots on this map. You have a lot of space to run around, but they're not going to do a whole lot of damage for you in this fight. But Omen Killer definitely has more health, so I decided to go with him to finish this run. Your main spell, again, for mages, Rock Sling, was the best that I could find to do any damage to this guy. I tried all these spells up here, the glintstone spells, the bows, even the frost, but nothing, even the dragon shouts didn't do any damage to this guy. So I went with the Rock Sling all the way through, and here's my stats, almost all the way through. We'll get to that. Here's my stats in case you want to see them. I actually had to respec to beat this guy. I took my arcane down just a tad and gave me a little bit more endurance and dexterity, so I could do a little bit more dodging and cast those rocks a little bit faster. So let's get into it. Man, I don't know how many times I fought this guy. It was a lot. I'll just say that it was a lot. You want to be patient here, but you also want to be aggressive. Now, mages out there, this is going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a tough battle regardless, but it's going to be even tougher if you don't have a melee weapon upgraded. You want to upgrade one of your melee weapons as high as you can. Get in there, get right on your horse, and go straight for this guy. So you want to summon your best Ash here. If it does damage, great. You will just want to Ash to have a distraction in certain situations. Now here he's either going to launch that avalanche straight towards you, which you can double jump over, I just missed that timing, or he's going to run straight for you, which you can just run straight for him. If you see him lunge towards you, just run straight towards his ankle. That's swiping shield swipe there. You can just roll right through it and just go straight for his ankle. It only takes a couple hits to knock off his little ankle bracer, and then you just want to keep on him and go for his ankle. So he'll roll out of the way and summon these tracking explosion fireballs, and you want to just go for his ankle, get in and out, but stay on his back ankle because he will try to jump back like that. The more times you fight this guy, the harder it will be because the more he will mix up all of his moves. He did a quadruple barrel roll on me one time just out of nowhere. That rising flame carpet right there is really the biggest thing you want to worry about, watch out for when you're trying to aggro this guy. They are avoidable. You can kind of walk in between them. You can even get off your horse there and walk in between the flames. But just stay on his ankle again. He'll try to stomp on you. He'll try to smash you with his shield, but just watch out for his back pedal. His back pedal is his fastest move, and it can one-shot you, especially if you have lower health like most mages out there. I'm sitting at 700 health for this fight, and his shield will one-shot you. Alright, this guy is not happy. This guy is clearly not happy with you at all. The easy part's over. Enjoy this cutscene, and we will be right back to finish this guy off for good. phase 2. Final phase here, everyone. Final phase here for the fire giant. Man, what a battle. This is the part where you have to be really patient, especially if you're a mage. You want to make sure you have your rock sling ready. You got 5 or 6 focus flasks ready to go, and you've got 5 or 6 health capsules if you need them, health flasks. But right here, every time this guy's going to start off and do a little fireworks show, and then he's going to start to summon these double fireballs here. So the same tracking AoE bombs are here on this phase, but there's 2 of them, and he's going to also throw double fireballs at you. Now obviously if you get close, he's going to try to smash you. Man, so your yak game must be on point on this fight. You want to be patient, and you want to be able to stay away from him, obviously, but you also want to always keep your eye on him, because you don't have many opportunities to cast, especially with the rock sling. Now it is great here if you have an Ash with high health. Omen Killer is still trucking along, drawing this guy's attention away in certain situations, so the giant will try to people's elbow Omen Killer. So that's why I went with him. He kind of just tanks around in there and distracts him. So again, you don't have much time to cast at all. You want to just keep your eye on him and keep your eye on the arena. You can jump off and run off on certain parts of this map, but you do have a lot of room to run around. You just want to mind the rocks, mind the trees, and you want to stay straight ahead of this guy so you can see his. You want to be able to look into his eyes so you can see where he's going. He will do barrel rolls on here, but he will only roll from left to right. And again, if you see him go for smashes, that's your time to cast. When he throws his double fireballs, you can dodge and then cast. When he lunges back and screams like that, he will always come at you with that tracking flamethrower. So just be patient. Just be patient here. Stay. You want to stay mid-range, because if you're too far away, then you won't be able to cast in time or have the reach to hit him with your rock sling. So you want to be patient. You got to do a lot of in and outs there to get him to commit, because these fireballs right here, these double fireballs, they may not one-shot you, but if they both hit you, you will pretty much be dead. He will sometimes even throw double fireballs 2 or 3 times in a row. So just be patient. Try to just learn his reach. Obviously, don't get too close. It's better to stay far away. Better to stay far away from this guy. Just mind where you're at in the arena. Chances are, after he does his barrel roll, he will throw double fireballs almost every time he barrel rolls. So do not commit to casting too soon. Just wait until he lunges up like that. You can dodge the double fireballs, and then you can get a cast in. When he does his ground pounds, you can get a cast in. But here, this is where it gets tricky, because you don't have much time to get him while he's down. You can cast 2 or 3 slings there while he's down, but if you're feeling brave and if you're close enough, you can go straight into his chest to melee his eye. I tried that multiple times. Again, if you have a good melee weapon, you can get some good damage in there, but you are going to have to watch out for when he gets up, because he will try to smash you immediately or do any type of AoE. Now right here, this meteor storm, pretty wild, doesn't go very far. If you are uphill, you can get a cast in, but again, if you're casting and he throws those double fireballs, you're pretty much toast. So you cannot get caught casting while he throws those double fireballs. So again, those 2 tracking AoE bombs will kind of just float around for a while. So you want to just kind of run back and forth. You want to try to get uphill if you can, but you really just want to go left to right. And then if you ever get stuck, just double jump, because you will run into some rocks and trees eventually. Just double jump. Didn't even really know that rock was there, but I could sense it, so I just double jumped there. Again, be patient, dodge those double fireballs, get your cast in, and get back out. Make him commit. So this is where it gets tough, because if your Ash is gone, which it probably will be at this point, even if you have an Omen Killer, your Spirit Ash is most likely going to be gone at this point. So you're gonna have his full attention, which means you're gonna have even less time to cast. So really, it's all about waiting for him to throw those double fireballs and then get your cast in. You're not gonna really have time to get them in while he's lunging at you, because he's gonna be lunging at you the whole time. Save your stamina for your dodges and then get your cast in and get out. Now here's where it got a little dicey for me. This is, again, I don't know how many times I've fought this guy. There's the double fireballs. So even if you play it safe, he can lunge at you out of nowhere and get you. So just be extremely careful there. I just got so lucky right there. He would have one-shotted me right there. Every time he smashes you with his fist, he will pretty much one-shot you. Now this one, you just want to keep sprinting. Again, your yak can take some damage there. I was almost dead right there. I had just had barely any health right there. Probably less than 20 health right there. Again, super important that you have at least 700 health. I don't know how I made that. Almost ran into the tree. Almost got exploded with the fireballs here. And now it's crunch time. I'm down to one flask. He still has quite a bit of health. And this is where you have to be extremely patient. Now again, be careful with his barrel rolls, because he will more than likely double fireball. If he summons here, excellent, because you can have time to recoup, heal up, and get a cast in, either or. But you want to just wait for those double fireballs and cast when he's done. Now here's the messed up part. If you do not get in close enough to get your casting in and get your damage, you will run out of focus. You will run out of magic points, and then it'll be pretty tough unless you run a bow. So at the beginning, I said make sure to bring a bow. Definitely make sure you have a backup plan. Somehow I remembered that I had it. Somehow I had enough time to equip the bow and then get back out and dodge those double fireballs. So at this point, I'm out of focus, and now I'm just trying to chip him away. Same strategy, just with the bow. Now, again, the talisman that gives you extra damage on horseback is a must, I think, for both parts of this fight. There is a bow talisman that increases your bow attacks, but they really don't do that much damage to begin with at all. It's really just about getting extra damage on horseback, and I got lucky again right there. It's about getting extra damage on horseback. That way you can, or yak back. That way you can keep sticking and moving. If your yak goat game is not on point, you will struggle. I don't know how many times I fought this guy. I almost took him out at least 4 or 5 times. There was even one time I was still in the fight, throwing my rocks, still had plenty of focus points left. There was one battle where I couldn't even see his health bar. That's how little health he had. So I tried to get greedy. I tried to cast one more time instead of dodging, and he caught me with the double fireballs trying to cast. Now again, if you get stuck, just double jump. Save your dodges for those fireballs. Save your dodges for those fireballs. If you get stuck on something, just try to double jump out of there. But really, you want to kind of just stay in the center of the arena. Just go from left to right. Try to stay uphill, like I am here. Manage to get uphill. Again, when he summons those double trackings, that's your cue to go in. But always expect the double fireball. Because if you're not ready to dodge, they will get you. Other than that, you've seen all of his moves many times at this point, so he doesn't really have any more tricks. So this is where he's the most predictable, but you have to be the most patient. You have to be super patient right here. Make sure you have plenty of arrows. My bow isn't upgraded that much, so if you have a really nice bow, let's say you're a mage with a backup bow instead of a backup melee. If you have a really nice bow, probably have an easier time right here. I had nothing left, so I had to use basic arrows here. I had other arrows, but I didn't think to equip them before the fight, so I didn't want to mess with it. If you have some ice arrows, try those out. But man, what a fight here. Basically same game plan the rest of the fight here, so nothing too crazy happens. I just try to chip him out here. I do almost get stuck again a couple times. There are some close calls here. But man, there was one time he had literally, I couldn't even see his health bar. So there's the doubles again. You can get a couple shots in, just one or two. Do not get greedy. Just stay patient. Again, double fireballs. You always want to expect the double fireballs. And when he summons those trackers, that's your cue. So same game plan for the rest of the fight. It may take some time, just be patient. Enjoy these last few intense moments of this fight. Same game plan, but enjoy this intense back and forth here of close calls, and we'll be right back. And there it is. Almost got too greedy again there. He went for the double fireballs again. Luckily the patience paid off. Wow. And there you go. Over 200,000 runes or souls, whatever you want to call them. It's your world. Call it what you want. Play it how you want. So you've finally taken him out. The fire giant from Flame Peak. Man. And here's my stats just again so you can see. Level 125. I took my arcane down just a little bit so I could have some more dexterity and endurance to get those dodges and those casts in there. But if you've got a great melee weapon and a great bow, you should be able to take him out, do some good damage, but you just got to be patient. Just got to be patient, and it will pay off. Thank you so much for stopping by and staying with me through this entire epic battle. This one was wild, definitely one of the hardest battles so far, just because the amount of health he has in his second phase. So really appreciate everyone stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the guide, and stay tuned for more. Peace.